Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. Today we are talking about self-abandonment. Man, is that a broad subject? I really dived into it not knowing what to expect because I thought abandonment was just someone leaving you or you kind of losing something that you love. I didn't realize that the biggest abandoner of my life was me. It wasn't a parent, it wasn't a spouse, it was me every day, subconsciously. Unaware most of the time. It resulted in people pleasing, not trusting myself, not allowing myself to try things or dream. Really, I didn't have an identity of myself. Either my identity was attached to the story of abandonment or whoever was loving me at that time and giving me that love. However they defined me, that's how I was identified with. And looking back, I'm like, oh, that was just no way to live, but you have to give yourself grace because in those times you just don't know any better. So I got to a point after years of being unhappy. I was having panic attacks, depression, just unable to dream, really just a shell of myself. I did not know who I was. I had a betrayal abandonment. It was such an intense experience that it was stamped into my brain. Basically, what I was living every day unknowingly was I am still stuck at that point. I live my life according from that because I want to make sure that it never happens again. So I have to be hypervigilant. I have to live in survival. Of course, that would send my body into depression or panic attacks because I was ruminating on that story even when I was unaware of it, giving my energy away to that experience, to that person. And I realized they are not worth that energy. They are not worth those thoughts. They are not worth it. Who is worth your life? Years of it. You may not be able to go and change what they did, but they are definitely not worth the time and energy. I got to a point where I was done. And I got curious. What is on the other side of this feeling? I wanted to know, was there a version of me that could be done with that story and live my life again? I was sick of reaffirming the addiction to the emotion that was attached to that story, which was creating my personality. So I did therapy, and of course that helps, but I feel like therapy is for the brain. And it allows you to speak through it. It's good for seeing patterns. It's good to talk to someone who's neutral. I think therapy is a great thing, but I think that it could also kind of just get you stuck in thinking about it, analyzing it, talking about it. Of course, for some situations that's fine, but for mine, I had to do something that was more for my heart. And that's where mindfulness, watching my thoughts, meditation really came in and made a huge difference. But it was not an easy road, okay? It is hard, tedious work. You have to sit through the freaking fire with meditation. Come to battle with those thoughts of anxiety, uncertainty, the anger, the frustration, all those stories and emotions that you play over and over in your head come up especially loud during meditation. So your body wants to get up, it wants to go on your phone, it wants to scroll, it wants to turn on the TV, and you have to sit there and say, nope, this is what we're doing. It's extremely hard. If change was easy, everyone would do it. You have to have the will to continue to keep going. And I showed up every day. Every day I meditated every single day, and I still do. It doesn't mean every meditation is great, but I know that the ones that are challenging are the ones that are making the biggest impact. Just like running. Some days I go for a run, it's great. Others, I want to give up, but I know there's no such thing as a bad run. And the ones where I keep going, even when my body wants to stop, obviously to reason, that's what makes the biggest impact. Sitting in the fire and looking at those thoughts, beliefs, habits, behaviors attached to that story. Who have I been practicing being? What defines me? The story of how someone hurt me or left? Or was I going to take the power back and put the attention and energy on myself and create a new life for me and stop abandoning myself? There also comes a point where it's like, obviously you have to go through the emotions, realize that you are addicted to this story. You can't think of forgiveness and you can't think of moving past it because you're like, no, you don't understand. What they did was wrong. And you have to live in that kind of victim mentality to try and give yourself some type of validation. Because even if someone walked out and treated you like yesterday's trash, you kind of holding on to the story of what they did validates the hurt a little bit, and you want someone to validate it for you, even if it wasn't that person. But even if that person got sent to damn Mars, you would still be left with the story, that emotion. It would still be in you. You would still have to combat that. Just because they're sent to Mars doesn't evaporate everything. Or at least for me, I realized, okay, that wouldn't do anything either. And so I had to take responsibility and say, maybe I am the problem a little bit. And that takes a lot of guts, and that's uncomfortable, and that hurts. I had to sit and realize the self-abandonment, I have to take responsibility. And again, this is just my experience. This is me. I'm talking from my experience. Not an expert in this stuff, okay? This is just what has worked for me. I feel like I'm able to now speak about it without any sense of, listen to my story, I need you to know how much they hurt me. Not judging that, by the way. I wanted to dream again. I wanted to give myself opportunities to have hobbies, to enjoy the beautiful, new, healthy relationship that I was in, truly be present and not have some fear of abandonment still kind of in the corner, being like, hey, are you sure they aren't gonna leave? Remember it happened last time. Remember that person said they left because you were unlovable. They never loved you. You should be careful with that. Enough. So through meditation, sitting through the fire, sitting with it every single day, watching my thoughts continuously, even after the meditation was over. Finally, that energy moved. It was released. My body realized that it was not the mind anymore. Panic attacks, gone. The hypervigilance straight away in the morning, living in survival 24/7, gone. I mean, imperfect, I still react. It doesn't mean I have my head in the sand and I'm seeing life through rose-colored glasses and ignoring red flags or anything. No, I'm not wasting my energy on another person anymore, because I don't want to look back and think I wasted my life because someone told me I was not good enough or I was not worth staying for. That's on me. I'm the only one that cannot waste my life. Really, all I wanted was wholeness. What is the opposite of self-abandonment? It's self-love, it's self-trust, being able to not please everyone all the time, not make everyone else's needs the priority all the time, not just pouring yourself out until there's nothing left, allowing people to walk all over you, not having any boundaries. It's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to exist in the world. It's okay to take up space. It's okay to have ambition and dreams. It's okay to be your own fan, your own friend. You don't have to be your worst critic. It's okay to move on. Because again, where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Giving all your energy away to this person, are they worth it? You have $1 million, are you gonna constantly give away the money to that person? You have to think of your energy as like currency. So the self-love, I think, is really the opposite of self-abandonment. Because the opposite of self-abandonment isn't someone finally choosing you. It's you choosing yourself over and over again. Every time you decide to meditate, every time you decide to watch your habits or thoughts and think, what would be loving to me? This is a self-love journey. And you realize that the forgiveness for that person or event becomes more of a side effect. And it's not like I go up to that person and say, I forgive you for everything, you're good. No, that's not necessary. The forgiveness is you're taking that emotion away, that energy back to you. You fall in love with your life and the possibilities and opportunities in your future, not just constantly sending your energy to the past. That's kind of forgiveness to me. Not spend any more of your precious time ruminating on it, on something that you cannot change. And I know it hurts. Betrayal hurts. Abandonment hurts. It's really hard. And I'm not saying that this applies to everybody in every situation, but I know that it is possible to change. And once you're on the other side of that abandonment happening, you can ask yourself, how many years of my life am I willing to give to this story and hold myself captive because of what someone else did to me that I could not control? And it's not linear and it's not easy, but it is so worth it. And you open yourself up and make space for new experiences and new people to come in, and you'll be ready to meet them from that place, not from the story of I'm abandoned or I'm not lovable. You'll meet them from a place of wholeness, joy, self-love. And that's where you want to meet people from. I know that this video is kind of everywhere. It's something that I'm very passionate about now because, again, I'm no expert, but I've sat through the fire and I know how hard and how challenging it could be to make a change. Anyways, thank you all. That is it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.